Hey everybody, it's Emma. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. And I wanted to do a kind of take two on a recent video that I did. I recently uploaded, and I will link around, a quick smoky eye that was a little bit on the intense side of the spectrum. So I wanted to do another quick smoky eye that is a little more daytime appropriate. I already have a lot of my makeup on already, so this should hopefully be a rather quick video, and I'll just share some of the tips and tricks I use to kind of take down the intensity a little bit. It's going to be a very similar format though. We're going to start with a cream based product, and for this look I'm going to use an eyeliner. This is from Milani. This is the Liquid Eye, Liquid Like eyeliner pencil, and it's in the shade brown. So an obvious way to help tone down a smoky eye would be to use a less intense color. So instead of using a deep dark black, I'm going to go in with this brown. I probably should get my bangs out of the way though, just like I did in that first video. I'm going to snuggle this liner along the lash line, just like that first one. You don't have to be super neat. I do have eye primer on already. Using a Real Techniques shading brush to start blending that back. These Liquid Eye Milani pencils are really great for these kinds of looks because they're very blendable. As you can see, it's blending out and lovely. I don't find that they are great in the waterline, but for a smudgy look, I dig it. Now, I'm not necessarily going to take, if you watched that first smoky eye video, I took the base up and out almost in a little wing shape because I just find that to be more flattering on my eyes. I'm not necessarily going to do that with this look. I might use some eyeshadow to kind of wing it out a little bit, but again, this is supposed to be a more subdued sort of look. So I'm just going to do that same thing on the other eye. Now I want the bottom lash line to be much more precise and again subdued than that original look. So I'm going to use an accent brush from Real Techniques to blend it out a little bit. Instead of just kind of throwing this on the bottom lash line, I'm going to be a little more precise with it. I'm going to start at the outer corner and bring it a little more than halfway across. And here I might bring that up so it meets the top. And then instead of going down, I'm going to start blending this towards the inner corner. Ditto on the other side. Another way I find these looks to be a little bit more daytime appropriate is using more matte shadows than shimmery. I'm going to use my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette because these have great matte shadows that are kind of these nice neutral brown colors. I'm going to start and hopefully end with Mocha, which is a little bit more mid-tone. I might bring in some of these other ones just to beef it up a little bit, but I'm going to start with a slightly lighter color. Going to go back with that shading brush and just start blending that, smoothing it over the eyeliner. So you can see the eyeliner does in some spots look a little bit patchy. So this is not only going to help set it so it lasts longer, but it'll make it look a little bit nicer. You could use a bronzer. I mean, you wouldn't even have to use an eyeshadow specifically. And again, if you have a really nice eyeliner or jumbo eye pencil or something like that, cream shadow, you can skip the eyeshadow altogether. And then because it's a little bit of a softer color, I'm going to just stick with that shading brush. Blend it along the lower lash line. Okay, I want to add a little inner corner highlight to bring the top and bottom together. When I'm doing a more intense smoky eye, I actually like to bring the dark color all the way around. But with this more day appropriate look, I'm going to use a more typical inner corner highlight. So I'm going to go into Satin Sheets, which is a beautiful color. So on an accent brush, kind of just wiped it off on the back of my hand. Use the shading brush to blend that a little bit because I had a little too much. So you could stop there. I'm going to refine this a little bit. You could either go back into the eyeliner if you wanted to, but since I have this palette with similar colors in it, I'm just going to stick with the shadows. I want to deepen up this lower lash line just a little bit. So I'm going to use dark Truffle, which is a similar color to the pencil, on that accent brush. Focusing it on the outer corner. And then bringing it in. That'll make it look a little more even with the top layer, which I feel like held on to a little bit more of the liner than the bottom did. The shine on my forehead is driving me crazy, so I'm just going to take a little bit of my powder right over. Just a little touch up. I also want to do another little layer of mascara. I think I mentioned in that other Smokey Eye video that I'm finding that this Essence mascara is not lasting as well as it used to. Okay, last little bit with the eyes. You could just leave it like this. If you want to add a little bit more drama, take your brown or whatever base you were using into the lower lash line. If you want to kind of open your eyes up a little bit, you can use a nude. I'm actually going to use a gold. This is a NYX retractable eyeliner. This will be a little bit, it won't be as intense as the brown will. Be a little pop of color, a little bit of shine. Help the blue in my eyes pop a little bit without being very loud. On my lips, since this is a daytime look, I'm going to use a more neutral color. This is one of the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipsticks. It's in the shade Rebel Rose. Really pretty, neutral, dusty, rosy pink. And for a liquid lipstick, not a bad formula. Just washed my hair yesterday to fix my bangs, and they look great yesterday. And today, I don't know what's happening. They're doing this thing. Anyway, that is the finished look. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, requests. I would love to know if you wear smoky eyes in the daytime or if that's strictly a kind of night out look for you. If you have any of your own little tips and tricks to make it a little bit more maybe workplace appropriate. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.